The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
That'll do. Pig, that'll do.
I'm not
So,
a
yeah.
pig. Don't call me that.
I didn't
You're
call
gonna
you
get-
a pig.
You're gonna get Stefan excited.
Stefan just gets excited anyway.
Yeah, but you know how he gets about pigs.
Honestly, I could post him just a card through his letterbox that's just got a random pig on it, and he'd be looking for that recipient for weeks. Who gave me a postcard from Frank?
It's like, Frankie's
Frank.
real.
God, Frank.
And he lives within Manchester, apparently.
Lives within Manchester, but he sent me a postcard from Torquay. Nothing better than the south of England. He's just resting there. Shut up, wind.
Wind?
Wind.
Like
we've had
like Wind Mobile?
no, just as in the wind blowing past the tree that's outside my studio house. So yeah, you can shut the hell up.
Yeah, wind.
Yeah,
Weather getting all up in your grill and shit.
yeah. What's going all down my chimney? Which is the worst thing. This is actually very subdued for the opening of a podcast. Actually,
I don't
just
have a chimney.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, it's no great shakes. It's windy, constantly hear birds crowing down it. Generally, a fat guy in a red suit drops down once a year.
And he nicks all the presents.
Yeah, and sometimes even worse.
Reverse Santa Claus.
Yeah, but about Jimmy Nixit. I don't know where I was going with that. Actually, I've just completely lost track. Let's get this warm up out of the way then. So this is the Immaterial Gamers Podcast, episode 43. It's not as significant a number as 42.
No, it is a prime number.
It is indeed. So keeping our theme of enjoying numbers, it's certainly one of them. And
Number
prime
file.
numbers are cool.
Yeah. Not being able to divide anything by anything other than one in itself. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They become a lot rarer the bigger the number gets, They get kind of further apart. It's like, oh, eventually, you're not worried about like the 1s and 2s and 3s, etc. Sometimes you got to worry about the 13s and the 27s and the 86s and the 86s, It's like, oh god, they get divisible by those too?
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, you get to a point where you can start dividing by prime numbers, Like 43 is a prime number, but 86 isn't, because you could divide it by 43. It's like, oh my god, numbers, my brain explodes.
Yep. And that is certainly an explosion that's just awaiting to happen in terms of maths. Now I do remember that there used to be a best way of testing a computer for stress testing was it would just run a program where it would keep trying to calculate prime numbers, and it apparently would just use so much processing power that it would eventually conk out. But people then also they just also use it to try and determine what the next highest prime number was. I'm like,
does that make me not a very good computer? Because I feel like if I were to sit and just calculate prime numbers, I would probably give up before I got to like 1,000.
We'd be both poor computers on that regard. Because honestly, my brain would just go trying to figure it out now.
The Immaterial supercomputers.
Yeah, it's just us trying to work.
What's the opposite of a supercomputer? Like I don't know. What's the opposite of super?
Unsuper?
Mediocre.
Mediocre computer. Yeah, there we go. The Immaterial Gamer's mediocre computer. It's just
you and me in a room talking.
Yeah, it's just a Raspberry Pi in the middle, but it's not actually connected to anything. Just on a white table in a giant grey room. There's just this one Raspberry Pi, and it's actually just me in the middle, just constantly plugging and unplugging it, wondering why it's not working, forgetting the fact that none of us have actually coded the damn thing. So yeah, speaking of mediocre computers, I'm Ryan, and I got Duncan.
I'm Duncan. That's me. I'm the redheaded one. Well, wait, I forgot. We're both redheaded.
Yeah. I'm the slightly bigger one, the wider one.
I was gonna say I was the tall one, except I'm not. I'm just skinny.
This is actually quite a humbling podcast for us at this point, isn't it? It's just like,
we're not smart. We're not beautiful. We're both gingers.
Yeah, it's a very reflective Sunday as we're recording this. We're just thinking about all the things that can happen, all the things that aren't happening. But you know what? Let's get back into positiveness, I guess. And we're here, 43 straight podcasts, between the groups
Haven't
of us.
missed a week, despite everything working against us all this time.
Yeah. We were just stubborn. That's what it is. Stubborn. It's a good motivating factor. Is if you just really, if you just end up being so stubborn that you'll just keep going out of routine, it's fine. But that being said, I do, personally, I do like podcasting. It's just a good way of shooting the shit for an hour.
Indeed.
And yeah, in that case, then we are gonna carry on with our shooting the shit. We don't really have much else of the warm up that we need to discuss. Actually, yes, we do. 1 minute. Did you see the news on the Sonic movie? I know it's not discussed in the news topics that we've got this week, so I was going to get it out of the way now. They've delayed the Sonic movie till Valentine's Day next year.
I haven't actually read anything. I've just heard people talk about it. So I guess the idea is that they're remodeling Sonic.
Yeah. So yeah. So
because they thought he was just horrifying to look at, so they decided they're gonna make him less horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he's an absolute. I don't know what to say. He's nightmare fuel in his current design. We talked about it on an Immaterial take on plug, even though it's a bit late now, it's a bit outdated, but it's still there to watch. It's just completely wrong design. I don't know what they tried to do. They tried to make him look more human than Hedgehog, and it just comes off looking alien with human teeth.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So the eyes are really what do it for me. Everyone likes to talk about the teeth. The teeth aren't right. I admit that. The eyes bother me.
Yeah, you mean the fact that he's managed to got two separate eyeballs, not the one with the little flap in the middle.
It just doesn't look like Sonic,
Yeah. So, no, it's true. But Paramount and the director, whose name eludes me at the moment, has turned around and said, no crunch here, and said, no, we'll happily delay the film. So it's no longer coming out in November. It's coming out on Valentine's Day. Because nothing speaks more volumes, and nothing says Valentine's Day date like a blue hedgehog.
Yeah, I mean, that's a niche market they're aiming for there. It's a couple that is interested in going out on a date on Valentine's Day to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That is a narrow audience.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a hard enough time to get single people in there, let alone let alone dating couples.
Yeah, I mean, I'm avoiding it.
Yeah, I have no love for Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise and as a property. I have zero interest in seeing this film. Less than zero. I would avoid it. If it was free and I had nothing else to do, I would probably make plans and do something else. That's how little interest I have in this film.
Yeah.
Because if I have nothing to do in a day, there's a ton of things I can do in a day. I could clean my room. I could go buy something at the store. I could stay inside and play some Hero Clicks. Hang out with my sister. So much I could do.
Yeah, I mean, I could do. Yeah, I could clean up my lounge. I could then just mess it up in a fit of rage. I could then clean it up again.
Laundry? God knows I'm always behind on laundry.
Yeah. I could picture this actually now. Yeah, definitely laundry. Put everything in, including the stuff you're wearing. Take it out. Put some stuff on and then realise that you need to clean it all over again. It's a really busy day. Yeah, so yeah, Sonic, it's going to have to take a lot more to change. However, just wanted to sort of get out of the way because I know it's not in the news list that we had this week. So, and that actually concludes our warm-up on that point. So I guess we can now move on to what's been played.
What's been played?
So, Duncan, I'll give you the opportunity.
Well, Ryan, the last week I've been playing what I would consider to be a very special game in my heart.
Yeah.
Myself, Stefan, and Danny, who have all been playing this with me. It's very fortunate that they're not here, actually, in the sense, because they're not going to steal my thing, because they probably would just say the same thing.
Okay.
We have been recently getting back into League of Legends.
Yes. Oh, good old League.
League of Legends, 10 years old today. We've played a few RMs over the last week,
Yeah.
and it's been a lot of fun. Getting back into it. There's some changes. It has been over a year since we played it.
Mm.
Uh, some champions have changed, some abilities are different, but for the most part, it's recognizable, and muscle memory kicks back in, and we're able to get back into the game, and we've been having a lot of
Aye.
fun with it. And
Yeah.
and see, the reason why I said it was a very special game for me was because of the fact that League of Legends was very much the first game that I played as a part of this little group of friends that I have here now that who have now become the Immaterial Gamers.
Mhm.
Way back before we even used Discord, when we were running our own Ventrilo server.
Oh yeah.
This was my cousin Terry introduced me to y'all on there, and League of Legends was the first game that we played as a group together. Or at least I was a part of. I mean, I know you guys had done other stuff before I come along, but that's when I joined along, was during the League of Legends years.
Oh, nothing better than just having the group of like 8 of us or 10 of us, and since it wasn't easy enough to matchmake, a 5v5, good old custom games.
Yeah, no, we used to. I remember doing that. Sometimes we do 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, and just
Yeah.
try to balance it as much as possible, and just go for it.
Mm.
It was
So,
it was a lot of fun, and
so as you,
over
I was about to,
time, we all just kind of drifted away from League of Legends. I
mm,
know Stefan and I and one or two others were kind of the last tag-alongs for that game for a long
yeah.
time, before we eventually, quit it for a while.
Mm. Yeah, it's something that's like sort of enjoyed, and then things have sort of gone forward. And it's not like I actually felt. It's a bit weird. It's not like I mean, I like the game. I think I just realised at that point that my skill ceiling sort of peaked out, and I guess the way I deal with a competitive game has changed these days. I mean, I'd probably have to go and have a look at it again at some point. I've still got it on the bloody computer, to be honest. So. But yeah. How are your characters? Have your favourites changed since you had your small holiday from it?
Not a lot. For the most part, they all seem the same. I haven't played everybody that I used to play just
Mm,
yet, so I can't say for certain if everyone's the same. Warwick is definitely different. They've done things with him, and I don't know if that was like right before or sometime after I quit, but he's definitely different now. His Q used to be like a targeting ability. You select one person and you bite them and you heal off of them.
yeah.
Uh, the actual damaging and healing thing is still relatively the same, but now it doesn't target. It basically just does like an auto attack towards the nearest enemy, and instead of doing it from a range, you actually like charge at them when you do it.
Right. Okay.
So it's a little weird. And now the alt, which also used to be a targeting ability, is now a skill shot.
Oh.
So yeah, you aim it, you know, and you move along a path, and then you hopefully hit the bad guy.
Yeah, because that was the thing, wasn't it? I remember this shows my age of League of Legends now. But that target thing, it was just jumped on someone and then immobilized them, didn't he? While he just went
Yeah, well, it just went apeshit on their
lashing
face, which
out. Yeah.
and that part is still the same, but just now it's a skill shot, and there's a slight like delay. Instead, you don't just teleport on top of them like that. You have to like skid over to them and then immobilize them.
Mm. I mean, how was all the? Because I know they seem to have gone the way of the Overwatch, sort of like a weird loot system now, in addition to your RP gain. Or no, IP
I
gain, wasn't it? But no, that's
yeah,
changed now, hasn't it?
now instead of IP they call it blue essence, and God, apparently I have a shitload of blue essence. I don't even know at what point I collected that, or if it's I just, or I know there was a point where I just didn't feel like buying any more characters when I used to play, so I
Yeah.
just started building it up for a while. But I've a new character, an expensive character, costs like 6,300 blue essence, and I've got like 30,000 or something.
Jesus. And of course, yeah, some of the older characters will have had their essence cost now, I guess, lowered.
Yeah, I don't
To
know if they do the cost lowering thing anymore. It seems to me like even characters who have been around for years still cost, well, the full amount. So I don't know what their deal is. I don't know if they just have decided that a certain set of characters is just going to be cheap forever because they're like the starter characters or whatever, or if there really is like a certain amount of time that they have to exist before they lower them. I don't know what their deal is.
yeah, fair dues. Yeah, because I know that sort of, I guess in terms of age of champions and stuff like that, is a little bit difficult because from what Steph was telling me yesterday, there hasn't exactly been many champions released in the past, like 2 years.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. It was only like five or six characters that I didn't recognize on the list.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's only like once a quarter, roughly, if I consider how long I've been away.
It is a bit, yeah. But, hell, you still enjoying it then?
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. I'm gonna probably continue to play it going forward a little bit. It's been fun taking a little stroll down memory lane. That's where I
Ended up
met.
back on the Rift again, or the bridge.
On the bridge, yeah, no, I always play RM. People can be really snobby in normal games, so I don't really play those, but RM, yeah, RM's good fun.
Yeah.
All random, all middle, not balanced at all.
Yeah, just absolute chaos for, for your 10, 15, possibly 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's generally closer to 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty weird to have an RM game end in like 8 minutes. That's pretty disgusting if that's what happens.
Oh, I want the God team again. The best God team. It was Skarner and then Lux and Soraka and sort of others, even Morgana. It was just a team that was just the whole idea of get the Skarner to have all the attack speed and stuff like that, and every other character just granted shields, and yeah, nothing better than the unkillable purple crystal beast.
And what immobilizes them too?
Yep.
Because a lot of those people have like roots and stuff that you just listed. Why not throw Vigor in there too? It's just like, would you like a 2-second long stun? Cool.
Yes, please. So yeah. So, coolios. Like I said, I think I might have to download that again at some point. But I have sort of gone back to my unsocial roots. We were all talking about getting together and playing multiplayer games. I decided I was going to be a murderer.
Oh, okay. Would you like to talk about it?
It's fine. It's fine. It's just sleep deprivation is a problem. So the game I've ended up playing is Party Hard, not the Andrew WK song.
Oh yeah, I've played that with my sister once.
Yeah, I like it. It's I am a person who does the Humble Bundle stuff. I take a peek and have a look at stuff, and they've had the Tiny Build bundle this fortnight, which contained, let's see, what did it contain? Both Party Hards, 1 and 2. It had Hello Neighbour, Cluster Truck, and The Last Station, and then I think one of the other bonuses was a game called Graveyard Keeper, which is a weird-looking tycoon-like game where you manage your own graveyard. It kind of makes sense, but I was playing Party Hard.
What is the maintenance on a graveyard, man? How did it...
You know what, I mean, I guess there's plots, there's groundskeeping costs.
That's like the definition of a they check in but they don't check out kind of park.
That is very true. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing on that to actually think about
things,
that. But
things that are easier to get in of than out of a grave.
Yeah, relationship.
Ooh, you got real all of a sudden. I mean, I made the grave joke, but then you were like, you gotta bring it home.
Never a bitter person in my life. No, not at all. That being said, I'm not really bothered. There we go. Love tap the mic with the cranberry juice. So I think I was about to talk about Party Hard.
Party Hard, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, so it's a weird stealthish puzzle murder game. You are and this is the story. So, it follows flashbacks of a police officer getting interrogated about the Party Hard killings. a group of serial killings that occurred at parties across America over a period of time, all performed by one guy who decided he had enough of being woken up in the middle of the night from parties. That's his entire motivation. He just wanted to sleep. So he goes across the country.
He doesn't ask people to turn their music down. He turns it down for them.
Boom. Mic drop.
Put that tagline on a poster.
Yeah. So so it's simple. You end up being plonked on a map, and your aim is to kill everyone on that map. Every single person.
Everyone must die.
Yep. So, and you do that, you've got a trusty knife, which you can just walk up to anyone, and you can just give them a nice stab, and they just fall down and die. And that's great. But you have to be a little bit tactical about what you're doing, because you don't want people to panic and leave the party, which I assume will happen at later levels. I only played a couple of levels this afternoon.
Of course not. How do you kill people if they run away?
Exactly. It makes entire sense.
And then if the police get involved, it's just like, oh, it's a whole other thing. Now I gotta stab the police.
Yeah, definitely. But the other thing on that is that you don't want to leave the bodies hanging around, because people will then just find them, call the cops, and if they notice you killing that person while the cops are around, they'll just arrest you, just bonk you on the head, pick you up, put you into the police car. That's your night over. So you also have traps and stuff around to help you either sort of blend in or get rid of people without leaving bodies. There's also hidey spots that you can just pick up a body once you've killed them and just shove them down a sewer hole or into a bin or into some hay. And then there's like other traps like stoves, electrical junction boxes, trees.
Electric junction.
Yeah. Trees are nice ones, like the first level on there. There's a room and a whole bunch of people can just be stood there, and you just cut down the tree, it'll fall through the house and kill them all. Poison. Just poison the food, and they'll all eat it, cough on each other. They'll die that way. Just as long as you kill everyone, it's great. What you can also do is you can be tactical in the fact of just getting the emergency services to do the killing for you. Say I just kill someone and then they spot the body. Someone will immediately come to call the cops, who have got a great reaction time. They pick up the phone and the cops are already driving, blues and twos, straight there.
If only.
Yeah. I mean, if only they had those reaction times, like you said. But they come in so fast that anyone who's on the front door of the property will also get run over. So, yeah, use the emergency services to your advantage.
Oh, so it's like GTA.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're in the middle of the road when a police officer is chasing a bad guy. It's just like it's not their fault.
No, you were in the road. So, yeah.
The police always have the right of way. Put that on a tagline.
Jesus, Party Hard is becoming one hell of an action movie at this rate. So, yeah.
It sounds like it. I mean, you're literally going to a house to kill every single person there.
Yeah.
And to be sure, there is a lot more people at this house than there normally is in a house.
Yeah, 49 people on the first level last time I remembered. It was like between 49 and 53 people, depending on how it procedurally generates it. Because, level is different every single time you play. But I love it. I love the fact that once you kill a few people, like a black market dealer will just waddle onto the stage, open his jacket up, and there's items that you can grab from him, like smoke grenades or other stuff. He, unfortunately, though, also suffers death just like every other character in the game. He's not one that you need to kill, but you can grab items from him. I think the funny thing on this was a situation where I just laid down a bear trap, and I was just, it was just on the right-hand side of the level, and I was just going about my business, killing people, just as you do, and all I see on the corner is just this black-hatted, black-robed figure just walking, and immediately become Gibbs. Poor guy was trying to give me some grenades or something, and stepped into the bear trap, so, oh well, his fault.
Hey man, when you're an illicit arms dealer, you've got to be more aware of potential death traps just laying about. Not even ones that are aimed at you specifically, just like in general. Like you just want to be aware of that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you don't want that stuff. You're supposed to be an arms dealer. You should realize that some of those arms may get used against you, whether you like it or not.
Anything you sell or buy can be used against you in a game of Party Hard.
Yeah. So
The Miranda warnings.
Well, yeah, no, that was quite enjoyable. Certainly would play more. Certainly when you want to get that nice evil streak out of the way.
10 out of 10 would Party Hard again.
Oh yes, indeed. So yeah, that's our talk about games that we played.
You know what? That was nice and calm and brief, and well thought out. That was a good back and forth. That was a good game session.
Yeah, it is. It was indeed. It's nice to. It's a shame that we have to see it go, but we do have to move on, and we
so
will
long
move
and
on.
thanks for all the fish.
Yep. So sad that it come to this, but no, it's news time.
News time.
Oh. No.
News time.
Yeah. No. Me messing around with other people who said news time. I got you with an echo a couple of episodes back. I got Darius with an echo. It's just fun to do. So
I was just like, for some reason I decided that whenever we do like a transition, I'll just be quiet so that you have a nice blank spot you can put over your dub over.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize you were gonna be messing around with people's audio and stuff.
Yeah. I like to mess around. I guess that's something with the sort of editing. It's still fitting into the new Immaterial Gamers mantra of talk about what we want, do what we want, enjoy what we want.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing what I want, check this out.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Vanilla Coke.
Nice. There are other carbonated drinks out there. Like Vanilla Coke even knows who we are to sponsor us.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one Pepsi bottle here, and surrounded by multicolored Coke cans of varying flavors. I do have one single ginger ale.
Solitary.
I honestly could take a picture of this and make a meme out of it. It's just like you came to the wrong neighborhood, son.
Oh, classic. Right, so let's have a look at these. We've got 3 stories. One of them is a little short and nice, interesting pays dividends one. One is a depression-related article in regards to Telltale games, and the other is to do with the shitstorm that is Epic Games still. So we'll go and do the short one out of the way first. So, Matt's posted a. Oh, sorry.
Can I just ask, have we gotten to a point yet where people are like memifying Epic Games and calling them epic fail yet?
I feel it's out there. I certainly do. I'm sure it's memed. And Steph had to add one more in there. We'll add that one as the little humorous one at the end.
All right.
So yeah. So the very, very quick one first. This cross-platform play thing that now seems to be happening is paying dividends. Sort of the Rocket League thing we've had. It's not actually on the news list, but we had the fact that Sony and Microsoft are in partnership for the new Azure streaming service, which is pretty cool in terms of game streaming and stuff like that. I mean, it's going to be depressing in the fact that we're not going to own any games anymore, but it's nice to see tech companies working together to sort of make things a little bit more better and not competitive or sort of not like shutting people out like they did with a Blu-ray and HD DVD scenario.
See the tech companies working together to create our post-apocalyptic nightmare world where you own nothing and corporations own you.
Yeah, I for one welcome.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. What are you talking about? Stop talking to me. Tinfoil hat, engage.
Oh, nice. Oh, I've got plenty of tinfoil in the kitchen. I could use that later. That'd be great. But yeah, no, it's starting to sort of pay dividends. And one of the post Fortnite, post Rocket League streaming games that have now gone fully cross-platform as an advertising gimmick is Dauntless. I think we talked
Dauntless.
about I think we talked about Dauntless weeks ago, or in the age-old podcasts of the lower teens.
Yeah,
Or
I was a wee lad back in those days.
Yeah. So that was some talk. The sort of the Monster Hunter like, sort of co-op focused monster hunting game. So this week.
I downloaded Dauntless. I've never played it.
Oh, I think we need to get you on that at some point, because would you like hunting big giant monsters with ridiculously big weaponry?
I mean, that sounds cool in theory, but I have to say, I did try playing a Monster Hunter game once on the 3DS. I did not enjoy that at all. That was a real pain in the ass. But my biggest gripe with that was there was a lack of a lock-on feature, which made it impossible to aim anything. Because as soon as I or the enemy moved 1 inch to the left, it was impossible to hit them now.
Yeah, I
think that was dreadful.
Yeah, I think there's sort of newer Monster Worlds and Dauntless have got a bit more of a focus on the creature thing, sort of like a sort of on-off lock-on that you can have for it.
If they've got the targeting system worked out, then I'm definitely up for trying it.
Yeah. I mean that's on the Epic Store as well for free. But yeah, no, it's certainly something to enjoy, and they've managed to get in by saying, it's now out on consoles, and it's 100% cross-compatible or cross-play. Play where you want, with who you want, and just enjoy it.
PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo 3DS, Game Boy Color Advance, Virtual Boy,
traffic light system,
iPhone, dumb phone,
my phone,
dog, cat, bird, the moon.
The moon. Yeah, no, I just love that crossplay, and more like this, please. More like this. I guess you can have your exclusives every now and again, but don't lock people out wanting to play stuff. Just give them what they want, and give them what they want on what they want, and everything's great. So good luck to them, and we'll see where that goes. So
hoorah!
So this one would have been the late teens, wouldn't it? Telltale Games and its problems.
Oh yeah, the Tell No Tales. I remember naming that very affectionately. What episode was that actually?
Indeed you did.
Got our YouTube channel up here. It's Tell No Tales. Fusrado Quack
10?
Quack. It was down there, man. It was.
I think it may have been.
Pooping a deagle. That's a good
one. Thrill as Ryan and Duncan look to try and remember what episode of the podcast we talked about Telltale Games. Don't we? We will get there. Hold on, I've got the playlist right here. Here we go. Tell No Tales was actually episode 8.
Wow, we covered that a long time ago.
Yeah. So the poor scenario involving Telltale's mismanagement and hemorrhaging of funds to the point where the studio just closed and just laid off its workforce. Mid Walking Dead game.
Yeah.
Which, luckily that got picked up by Skybound, and that's now complete, I think, or is it at least towards completion of the final season of Walking Dead, so, that's the thing.
Unfortunately, Telltale's management didn't play enough Settlers of Catan. You can't just build wide, you gotta build tall too.
Yeah.
And they went too wide, wasn't tall enough, and they just collapsed.
And died a death.
Collapsed under its own weight.
Yeah.
Imploded like a black hole.
And what is definitely happening is that they're not going to be getting money out of sales of games for a closed company anytime soon. At least not from Good Old Games, anyway. Who announced,
GOG.
According to Good Old GOG. Oh, that's a GOG then, isn't it? If I said that. According to Eurogamer, the following titles will be removed from Good Old Games yesterday.
Yeah. A little slow on that. Take on that.
Well, this comes out on a Tuesday, so it's Monday the 27th is when they got rid of them. When they get rid of them. We
Is
know
the list
timing.
is the list just every Telltale game, or?
Well, pretty much. The titles are as follows: The Wolf Among Us, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Hector, Badger Carnage, the Batman series, Sam and Max series, Puzzle Agent series, Tales from the Borderlands, and Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People. So, this along with the fact that Telltale would remove Tales from the Borderlands from Steam. Nothing's been removed from Epic yet. But, basically the idea is get them while you still can't. Because, to be honest, if you're hearing this now, you're already too late.
Yeah. No, it's kind of weird to think that there's it's weird when a game ceases to exist, like when a company goes away. It's just it's just there's now a finite number of copies of that game out there. You can't get any more legally. I mean, obviously you can, be a cheeky little boy and reverse engineer it and if you figure it out, you'll get it illicitly. But as far as over-the-counter copies, that's it. There's gonna be no more.
Yeah. And we do have an update that says that 2K Games is looking to get Tales of the Borderlands license, which is kind of important considering it's being used on the characters from Tales of the Borderlands will be characters that you meet in the new Borderlands game, which kind of need your licensing to be on point there.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna dispute it? When a corporate entity ceases to exist, where does the copyright of their products go? Does it go to the shareholders? Does it go to the third parties that they licensed from? Who's out there who can claim, copyright over the now defunct Telltale games?
Yeah, I mean, you can look on this. I mean, technically, Tales from the Borderlands or Borderlands is the license of Gearbox.
Yeah.
And 2K at that point. I guess technically Telltale at this point is now Skybound Entertainment. So how much license passed on there with The Walking Dead? Did they only just get that? Did they get some of the other licenses? Who knows? I mean, someone somewhere probably knows.
That is interesting because the last season did get picked up by another guy, right? It was the Skybound.
Yeah, Skybound Entertainment picked that up.
So yeah, I wonder if they only got that game or if they are also, or if they may have picked up some other things. Because I gotta say, that's a good bargain. I mean, if you if you end up picking up the license for all those other games, I mean, they're on the cheap when there's no price tag on something when you're going bankrupt. It's just whatever I can get out of it, whatever I can settle for. I need to settle my debts.
Mm-hmm. People
are banging on my doors, threatening to break my knees. Gotta get as much money as I can.
Yeah.
So even if even if it's not your intention to to make the games or claim it as your property, just hey, license it out. It's just I'm the new copyright holder. Pay me X% royalties, and you do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Good investment.
Yeah.
But I also don't know. I also don't know what the status of the copyright is, so that could just be all wild speculation. It is wild speculation. It's actually not true at all.
Yeah, well, welcome to Immaterial Gamers, where we do hot takes and wild speculation, because it makes us feel better. I don't know why, but I looked off to the side as if I was looking at a camera and frowned.
I don't know.
I'm an odd person. Thank you for all bearing with me.
I try. It's not always easy.
No, I honestly don't feel it is half the time. Oh, we got our message from the producer.
We have a producer message?
Oh, it was from a while back. It was while you were talking about League of Legends, I think, and stuff, and it was we love you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is definitely a title name. But, we move on from Telltale. And we were talking about Epic and how they're not getting rid of Walking Dead, the final season off their service. But, I think they need a counter along the line of Bethesda and EA now. Because, time since last fuck up happened the weekend we recorded podcast 42. And Darius sends this. So, Epic Games currently have a sale on. They
Oh boy.
they raced ahead to do a spring sale before Steam could do a spring sale.
Yeah, I've heard that there have been some really fucky things going on with the Epic Game Store lately. As an unrelated, I know where this is going. As an unrelated but similar note, I've heard that people have had problems like finalizing their purchases on the Epic Game Store. Like they just said, yeah, your credit card doesn't exist. I no. You know, and they would have to do they would basically it's like they would take the money, but then they would realize that they couldn't finish the transaction and just say, oh, we'll refund you tomorrow or whatever. So it's just be like,
God.
so it's just be like, oh, okay, I'll try again, I guess. And then they buy it again, and it's just like, now they're out 2 copies of the game, and they're still not being refunded until tomorrow. And it's just like, I've heard things like that happen. It's like,
that's even worse than what's been done already.
Yeah, I heard that on the Rooster Teeth podcast, actually. I've heard Mr. Gus Sorolla bitching about his experience with the Epic Game Store, and I'm paraphrasing. That's not the exact experience he had, but that's essentially what he was communicating. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could picture Gus being not so happy about that, to be honest. Actually, when thinking about it, but yeah, no, I mean, Kotaku picked this up, Jim Sterling picked this up, Sid Alpha, various other game commentators that appear on my recommended list on YouTube and around the gaming sphere. Inside Gaming will have picked it up as well, to be honest. I'm talking Rooster Teeth. But, yeah, just aggressive is what Epic's motto is when it comes to doing these sales and exclusivity and stuff like that.
Just
and
full tilt sprint into the gaming distribution market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, I can see it's weird because on one hand, they tried to do something good on this. Deep discounts on items. Some games had, up to 10% discounts. One of their major ones that they had was any game that was $13.99 or more, or $14.99 or more, something like that, $15, pounds, whatever currency rate at the time. Epic Games would cover the cost of the discount. So you would get £10, euros, dollars off a product that was worth that price. So, that was a nice idea. And, they said they were going to make sure that the developers were going to benefit from the discounts, that they would, like I say, cover the cost. The problem was they didn't tell the developers about this until the sale had already started.
Oh, dear.
So no developer had a choice of whether their game was on sale during this, big spring event. And developers don't like that. It's sort of apparently it's sort of known game industry trend that putting a game on sale devalues the product, regardless of whether the game is good or bad. It's just the idea that something's on sale just inherently gives you the idea of, oh, this is a bargain. What's wrong with it?
Yeah, it's just like it does give you that kind of psychological preconditioning of just like, okay, well, why is this so cheap?
Yeah,
like...
and worst of all on this is it was happening with pre-orders. They went big on the new Bloodlines game for Vampire the Masquerade. That game's not even out yet. It's on pre-order, and it's already got 10 quid off, or 10 currency off. Needless to say, they weren't happy, and pulled the pre-order off the store.
I feel like that's the one time where that might be okay. Where it's just like, I think that if you were to say incentivize someone for pre-ordering, it's like we'll give you a little discount on them. And it's like,
yeah,
service-based companies do like services in general do really like when they have a more accurate figure of how many people are going to pay for something or buy something in advance. And obviously, products are different. But, these days when it comes to video games, product and service go hand in hand. It's just like, they got to know how many people they got to have on staff to, fix the game and do tech support and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I feel like if there's ever going to be a time that you discount a game, other than like way after the game has come out, it'd be like as like a pre-order incentive, I think.
Well, it kind of happens on the early access sphere, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and depending on how early it is, how early in the pre-order is, that can go towards, polishing, finishing touches. If you have a game where you already know that a game is like, releasable, that little extra, a few extra million at the end could be like, hey, we could do a few things we weren't originally expecting to be able to do with this little extra money. We could tighten this up a little bit, make this look a little better.
Yeah.
And maybe introduce this service that we were thinking about, but thought it would be too resource intensive to implement. Things like that.
Yeah, but I guess on that same regard though, you would like the choice beforehand.
Oh God, yeah. In any scenario, you'd never want to just do it and say, "Hey, guess what? We discounted your product." Lol. It's like, I didn't say you could do that.
Yeah.
We kind of had an agreement on the price.
So yeah, Paradox, who are making that game, have all the rights to pull it off the store until the sale's over. So, and they did. And they just said, there's this issue that's come through. We are going to honour all the discounted pre-orders that have happened, but we're taking the game off until, the game comes out, or the sale's over. So, that's happened. There was an issue with Supergiant Games. We were talking about Hades last week. There was a slight problem that due to currency conversion, the great thing it is, only certain countries were making benefits of the the 10 currency. I live in the UK, it's easy to say pounds. The 10 currency discount was only available in certain places for it, so Supergiant raised the price. That was also a backfire.
Oh God.
So, in their intentions of trying to do that, which, again, they're within their means to raise the price of a game. The game is still in early access. We were talking, just a couple of minutes ago that, buying it cheaper is the incentive for joining them on the journey to help them develop the game later down the line. But they sort of did this to try and cover the discount issue and the currency conversion issue, and that was a mistake. But that was, in their sense, forced on them by Epic there as well. The price has gone down again for now, but a post has been said that they are intending to raise the price again and warn people about it. And then there's the fraud detection issue.
Uh-oh.
Epic Games doesn't have a shopping cart yet.
Okay. That's like step 3 or 4 in the online shopping service infrastructure.
Yeah,
it's like step 1, have a website. Step 2, have a thing to sell on the website.
Yeah, step 3, have the shopping cart in order to sell the thing on the website.
It's like companies who sell beds online have shopping carts. It's like I'm gonna buy like one thing from this company, but it's nice to have the shopping cart.
Yeah. So it's something to think of. So they don't have it. So you have to buy every item individually. And here's the problem: it's a sale. People are going to want to buy more than one game, but they can't put it in a shopping cart. So they buy every item individually and in quick succession, which then triggered Epic's fraud detection protocols.
You've activated my trap card.
Yeah, they've.
Oh wait, that's a bad thing.
I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. So, Epic, you screwed up. You screwed up big time.
Epic fail. Hashtag epic fail.
Yep. And considering you're already in the bad, the bad books for your aggressive exclusivity stuff, which I still feel is a product of the games industry as it is. It's Epic aren't the reason the games industry is going all over the place. They are a result of what's already happening in the games industry, if you get what I mean there. So
yeah, no, they're not the causes. They're just the product. They're just they're the end. They're the byproduct.
Oh yeah, definitely. So hopefully, I mean the sale's still ongoing for now. Hopefully, they can reset their days since last incident counter, and
By
then
next
everything
week.
will be fine.
Man, it's like I'm still like kind of. This may sound strange after all the shitting on Epic Games we've done over the last, almost the duration of this podcast's life, off and on.
Yeah.
But I'm still like kind of sort of rooting for Epic Games in a weird way. It's just like I'm kind of hoping that eventually they get all their problems sorted out and they just become a competent game distributor. They're currently not. They are not that at all right now. They are subpar, to say the least. That's speaking kindly of them. Between payment problems, fraud detection, not communicating properly with developers. They're all over the map in terms of just shit that they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just like, at the same time, it's just like I'm still holding out hope that eventually they'll normalize at some point before they crash and burn entirely, and
Indeed.
become a proper competitor for Steam. Because like we still need to have we got to be able to stop Steam. It's like we got to try and I don't hate Steam. I don't hate them at all. I don't want them to go away. But I do think that their competition is healthy, and having more than one major distributor will be helpful.
Yeah, so now that we've finished talking about the Epic Games kerfuffle, hopefully they'll all be sorted. So, a very quick one. There was a new Warframe patch this week called the Jovian Accord. Kotaku has given us this one, but me and Steph and Dad and Dee were playing it yesterday when we were recording. So, yeah, new little story bits, new nodes, new game mode. That's all by the by. What they've introduced, though, is a tiny little critter that everyone's loving. So,
I've just read the title of it.
Yeah. So as part of the Gas City tile set on Warframe, they've added little space Roombas. The little domestic drones is what they're named.
Space Roombas.
And I don't know if you saw the GIF on the Kotaku page, but they're purchasable.
Oh god, you can buy them?
You can buy them. And people have just been using their platinum to just buy these little Roombas.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm looking at the GIF now.
Yeah, there are 100 platinum each. They have little glowy upward chevrons to represent happy faces when they see you. They love their job, and they love you.
This would be me if I was a super rich future space fighter. I just spend all my money on space Roombas.
Yeah.
just buy hundreds and hundreds of space Roombas.
I love the credit at the end of the article that just says, ultimately I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I know that if I would buy one if I had some spare platinum. I would buy two. I don't want one to be lonely. I mean, just
that's true. It's like dogs. It's just like you can get one, but then it's like then you think about how they're gonna feel when they're by themselves and you go to work.
Yeah.
It's like at least they'll have a little friend. But then you go from dogs to cats, and all of a sudden it just becomes a hoarding problem. It's like, oh god, what have I done?
Yeah. No. So if you do play Warframe, do the corpus maps. You'll find the rooms around. You'll realise that they are something that you want in your life, and just make sure to buy one on your ship. And based on that idea, we're gonna wrap this podcast up because I want to go and buy me a space room because I think I've got 100 platinum spare. So if you did like what you heard, then please like, share, subscribe, pass the podcast out and all the other shows to all your friends and family. Let them join the hive mind.
Absolutely. So show it to your space Roomba. Maybe they'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, they're happy little faces. And keep an eye out on the shows that are on there. We'll start this off from the Monday as always. Role-playing Not Imma Games. Still plugging on with Resonance of Fate. I will finish that bastard game, even if it kills me.
Especially if it kills you. That would be great content.
Yeah. We
could just hear the Ryan collapsing under the table.
Yeah, just a good old as I then fall. It would mean that show will then end.
Yeah, but
Yeah, live and learn.
But then we
Tuesdays.
can have the super clickbaity title of just like, man actually dies playing a video game, not clickbait.
Yeah. Exclamation marks all the way down.
Almost died. Lol, just kidding. Actually died.
Yeah. Classic. Tuesdays, podcasts. Fridays, General's War Table. Steve is still plugging on with XCOM. He's doing well. They've not, died yet. The world has not been destroyed just yet.
That's good news.
Yeah, very good. It means there's more content. Saturdays, play sessions, which at this point will be coming up to, wrapping up the Monster Prom trilogy.
Indeed.
And, I left it at a cliffhanger on the last one.
I haven't finished the whole thing, but I will.
Yeah, I was about to open a box, and you'll find out this week what happened when I opened that box.
Oh my god.
Because, of the rule that I made up in that. Rules of the shop. See the box, buy the box.
And I never went to the shop.
Yeah. And, we'll see how our dates, or our attempts at dating all work out on that episode. And then Sundays is sibling rivalry, where the Pokemon bingo is in full swing.
Absolutely. We currently have, the next episode will be episode 3. Yeah. We currently have 8 total episodes recorded of 4 sessions turned into 2 episodes each.
Yeah.
And we're expecting that we're going to be doing at minimum 2 more sessions, if not 3. So we got at least 12, if not 14 weeks worth of content of that to go.
So this will end up, until, I guess, unless Steve continues the XCOM, that'll become the single longest, or the second longest single game playthrough, which will be, thing to go. And people like Pokemon. It's a simple thing.
People like Pokemon.
Yeah, like grapes.
It's been performing pretty well. It's got half decent views for our content anyway.
Yeah. So, it's all good. And then that's not to say that the other series are coming in. I'm planning it, and I'm going to say it now. I'm looking at a Black Mirror rewatch podcast. I've got a code name for it. That's not got a code name. Got an actual name for it. Steph's going to look at a logo for me. I might be able to kick Darius's ass, and he might be able to join me on it. And anyone else who's happy to join is happy to join. But I've got the intention, because Black Mirror comes out on June the 5th on Netflix, by June the 5th to have the first episode of a Black Warrior Mimich. Where the hell...
Black Warrior Mimich.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Mirror rewatch. Going through each episode in order of Black Mirror, talking trivia, plot points, how they compare to other Black Mirror episodes, and just talking about something that I kind of enjoy and is tangentially related to games, because technology. So, it's an idea. Steph and Darius have still got their show that they're planning, that's coming up. I know Matt's got ideas in the pipeline for something he wants to do, so we got content and we're looking for it, and we're looking forward to showing you that stuff. So yeah, if you share the stuff that we're watching, my god, if you share the stuff that you're watching and share our stuff, we'll make more of it. Hell, we'll make it anyway. Like we said at the beginning of the podcast, we're stubborn.
But we'll make even more of it if you actually do share it.
Yeah. And, feedback. Tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. I mean, if it's something that we can change, we'll change it. If it's something like, oh, don't play this, maybe
we'll
not.
Think about it.
Yeah. Again, halfway through the podcast, we talked about the do what we want, talk about what we want, enjoy what we want mantra. So, But, yeah. In that case, then, cheers, Duncan.
Cheers, Ryan.
And we will see you next week. So until that point, for God's sake, please don't kill each other. I saw the producer message. That's not how we do things. We don't kill each other. Unless we're playing League of Legends.
That's our whole thing. We only kill fake people.
Yeah.
No real murders, please and thank you.
With Roombas. Now Roombas, that's a different thing. oh, something immaterially different. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you later.